Hello and welcome to Stephen Allen Almost Daily. I'm Stephen Allen. It's almost a day. What more do you want? I feel like that would have been a better catchphrase for these nighttime ones. Missed it by that much. Hello, I'm sat nowhere near the middle. Bloody casters. Hello, and let's get rid of that. It's not flipping late night love with Graham Torrington, is it? Hello, and welcome to my little streaming show where I chat through the news. I'm Steve. Hi. Have we met before? I hope so. Otherwise, what are you doing here? It's weird. No, look. Always grateful for some new blood, but welcome along. I normally do an afternoon show on the internet. I chat about the news, but then we've got this late night thing going on. Ooh, yeah. ASMR. And if you'd like to get involved, you can show us your ASMRs in the chat. Have a look at the chat. Because you're on youtube.com/@Mr. Stephen Allen. There you go. Let's dive in and see who's chatting so far. Come over here. There it is. Martin says, evening all. Evening. Joodle says evening. Evening. Martin says joodles. And it's getting complicated. I always go through all of the introductions. It's like in the Spies Like Us Doctor sketch, isn't it? Joodles, are you one of the ladies behind Steve in that thumbnail? Says Proper Memes. Let's take a little look here. Which one are you guessing? Or the one really behind me so you can't even see her. She's that behind me. Interesting. But then Joodles makes a very good point. PM, you made it. Yes, you were the one who AI'd that. So, physician, heal thyself or something. Proper Meme says, the missus is away for the weekend, so I can just pause the film. What are you talking about? Just spotted the title of yesterday's news. I spotted it just as I clicked stream. I thought, would I rather be a minute late with the correct title, or would I rather be on time? Or option C, can I not be bothered? And it was a mixture of A, B, and C. And I thought I could log in and change it after I was streaming. It won't let you change the title midstream. Something about Ghostbusters. I don't know. Steve's so quick. Everything's yesterday's news. Oof, thank you. I take that as a compliment. Hi, says Charlotte. Charlotte's here. Tracy's here. Honeypot's here. Good evening, good people. Well, let's not get above us. Steady on. we need to see who's in first before we can start calling them that. Mystic by that much. Hi, Steve, says Sebastian. Just wanted to say, you make me happy. I enjoy talking to you. I care about you. It's very nice. Thank you very much for being here, Sebastian. I'll play you a little song if you want as well. Well, that's all I've got so far. That was technically in tune. Listen, you might say it's not in tune, but I went through the online tuner thing, and I got the ticks for all the notes. I'm tuning all of the right notes. Not necessarily in the right order. So if you'd like to get involved, give some chit-chat over here at there in the chat. Also, you know how this, and it says down here, show's funded by ko-fi.com, ko-fi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen. We're back to normal tonight, which means no one will be giving anything because it's going to me instead. But we did raise enough money to try, genuinely, yesterday on the show, if people go back and have a look at it, and more people watch the show when it's not live than when it is. And we raised enough money to pay for some of the medicines for a dog who's got 2 anuses, or something like that. Even I didn't really pay a lot of attention. But Emsa's dog has had the operation and needs antibiotics. Come on, we all need antibiotics. But honestly, you look at the size of these poor things. The size of the drugs, I would show you the picture. I don't know if I'm allowed to. GDPR, ASMR, GDPR. Whispering people's personal details is what we're doing on the show, which is ASMR, GDPR. However, honestly, that's not a bad idea. For the kind of ideas we run with on this show, that's not the dumbest idea. I think the antibiotic tablets are so big, they're actually meant to go in the bumhole. Not the main one, the secondary one. You got a secondary one too? Bit of brine says, oh, I do like a bit of brine, says Charlotte. Maybe that's a half-tone uke. Listen, let's not be racist about this. The uke is a tuner. Oh, I see. Well, Rubidoobs is here. Greetings, Steve. Thank you. Nice to see you, Rubes. Do I call you Rubes as well? It feels a bit... Ruben. Sup? How have you been doing, Steve? Says Sebastian. I hope you've been doing well. I've been all right. I had a couple of days off at the start of the week. I've been very much enjoyed being back. Meanwhile, Alan says, hi, Steve. Every aircraft has black box for flight records. You ride on time, right on time, right on time. Tell you what, you get rid of the woman who sings on that, you'd save yourself some fuel, wouldn't you? Putting her on every plane. Woo-hoo! Rosie gains weight. GDP RSVP, says Martin. I don't mind if you don't. GDPR, good doggo public relations. Squirrel's in. Good news, Squirrel. There's a massive Sydney Sweeney section on today's show. She made an advert. We're making a show out of it. The tone has been set by the ukulele. The tone has been set. Brother bought a coconut, he bought it for a dime. His sister had another one, she paid it for a lime. Very good, Webby. Incoming Steve, shoulders covered in chocolate. Hey. Steve covered in chocolate. To be honest, where's the side cam? I am partial for some chocolate-covered nuts. That's why I'm banned from Tesco's. All right, I'm in, says Squirrel, and Right on Time was sampled from... who was Rosie Gaines? She was closer than close. She was closer than close. Closer than... I mean, with the size of her, you would be close. Lolita Holloway's track, Love Sensation. It's a tricky name, isn't it? And there go the arms, tone set. You're up to date. Let's just reset that jingle in case we need it later. Shall we start off with a little look in the front pages? This is the main thrust, if you will, of today's show. Don't. In fact, I'll just do a refresh, because what we've realised is to do this show, I can't do any prep, which is exactly how I like it, if I'm brutally honest, because the newspapers are coming out as we roll credits. As I am failing to name the show correctly, the TV things are coming, the screenshots are coming out of the front pages. So we can flip and do this. We start with a jingle. Front pages. Whoops, I put the wrong emoji, says Charlotte. The incoming... Which one? Hang on. Trying to work out. Were you banned for doing anything eggplant related? Aubergine. Legendary stuff. Thank you. What? Eh? Let's take a look at the front pages. We start today with the OOR Daily Star. I said OOR Daily Star. Let's read through these. I can't stress enough, I've not even looked at these yet, which explains why I might go in studs high. Look at me. I think I know a footballing term or something to do with horse breeding. I don't care. It's one or the other or both. And I might be like, let's do a joke about something we find out tragic stories. Or it explains why I got nothing funny on it. The only watch is Essex. TV Joey, I still can't tell time. I mean, it's the least surprising story. You couldn't even run some sort of bet on this. You'll never guess who can't tell time yet. Joey from The Only Way is Essex. Whatever his name is. Joey Essex. Yeah. He doesn't even realise that his name's not Joey Essex. He just can't read the form properly. Someone filled in first name, surname, place of birth, blah, 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 and didn't even look over the other side. Joey Essex. We're lucky that he doesn't think his name is Joey 31st of July 20... No, when would he have been born? 1997. I don't care. Joey Essex says he still can't tell the time and was beaten by a 7-year-old in a Gary Lineker game show. It's 13 years since he told I'm a Celeb Pals he was clueless, but he doesn't know that. He doesn't know how long it's been. Because he, and I believe this is true, can't tell the time. So for him, very much like a photon traveling at the speed of light, time has no meaning and also no consciousness. I think we're on it. I think we're on, who would have thought? Science on a Towie one.
Science Corner.
In the chat, read that one. Generally studs up, but good enough. What did I say? Studs high. I think I was definitely doing a horse breeding thing. What you got to do, you get your horse. One of the horses is on ketamine. The other is on something else. I'm not really sure. And they breed in what we technically call a roll in the hay. Tracy said to Charlotte, "You've been censored again." It's a shame. Hang on, got to put the aircon on. I'm getting too warm in here. Studs high, a male model smoking blunts. Says Martin, "Yep. I don't understand how people can watch shows with people like Joey Essex as proper memes. They must be desperate to feel better about themselves. Only explanation. No. If you want to feel better about yourself, forget the internet. He's minted, mate. He's rich. He turned up on TV and he just, I can't tell time. And now he's rich. I went on TV roughly the same time, did jokes, and now I'm in my shed. Got a ukulele from Temu, for the love of God. That's meant to be in tune. Hang on, Martin's done a good joke. Many would like to beat Joey Essex. That's harsh. No, come on, that's not. Imagine him trying to, in some sort of battle. You wouldn't have him as your rear gunner, put it that way. Got a bandit at 6 o'clock. Alan, your samples. Speaking of which, do I have any drinks around here today? There is a chance that this fizzy water is no longer fizzy. I think this was featured on a previous show. Studio. Thank you. No, you're right. It's not a shed. It's a studio. Team ukulele, which makes it seem like snot, and it sounds like it. It says Martin, and hang on. Salsoul Records, underrated record label like Stax and Motown, introduced to Carol Williams' "Love Is You" was sampled on Spiller Groovejet. Yeah. If you listen to my radio show today on All Hit Radio, really did a deep dive on Groove Is in the Heart. Oh yeah. Should have sampled that as well. Oh, straight out of Thames water. Back to the front pages, where we can next go to the Daily Mail. Summer brain games. Fine, thanks. Then also £15,000 to be won. No, I'm back in the room. Tell me more. How do I win £15,000, please? Surrender. I don't know what you're doing. Is that part of the bottom one or the top one? But I got to be honest, every man's got his price, and £15,000. What do we do? What have I got to do when I'm surrendering? Why's the Daily Mail? What are that? Anyway, meanwhile, John Healey quit in protest at Starmer's refusal to spend 3% of GDP. Oh, this is a good story. I found it as one inside the news, but we'll do it on the front page then. He wanted the government to spend 3%, just 3% of GDP on defence by 2030. Now he's in charge of not the defence, but the money. He shelved the same target, because it's interesting, that, isn't it? He's thinking, I don't know who this defence guy was. 3%? What an absolute idiot. Who said that? And then you show him a picture of himself. Can I tell you what I think about snacks in a pub instead? No. This is a BS. John Healey was branded a hypocrite last night as critics said his plans to shelve his own defence spending were akin to surrender. But he's surrendering to himself. He's literally been hoisted by his own petard. Andy Burnham's new Chancellor was called a sellout and accused of putting welfare over warfare. Well, that's where I think you could sort this out, couldn't you? If you say, yes, you can have your universal credit, you will be first on the front line, should Putin drop the big one, or whatever the footballing term is, it's two birds, one stone there, isn't it? We don't have a big enough army. We'd get some more, but also you get fewer people on PIP. They might not be able to matter. It depends. If Putin launched war upstairs, we might be in trouble. I'll give you that. And also, what's this one? Okay, yeah. See what I mean? I've not read the newspaper, so we'll just leave that one there. Before we move into the Telegraph, let's see what the chit-chat's going. Joey Essex can't play the uke, Steve, or the harmonica. Well, the good news is, Tracy, I can play the harmonica. Can't get the stink off. Still loving playing this on the uke. It's been hanging around for days. Oh, what am I doing wrong? Horses need help with that, Rubes. Do they? Hang on. What, the harmonica or the uke? Ems is here and has sent me a treat, a dog treat. Does it have antibiotics in it, and where do I have to put it? Are questions I always ask. Goodbye, horses, Buffalo Bill, says Proper Memes. I very nearly triple captained Haaland tonight and didn't. No, I should be able to understand some of this. It is in English. I very nearly got that, right? Understand what that means. I, subject to the sentence. Bosh, we're talking about Joodles. Very nearly. Almost. I understand what that means. Triple captained. Didn't realise captain was a verb. Triple, you've done it thrice. Haaland is the name of a person. Tonight and didn't. So you didn't triple him. Did you only double captain? How do you captain someone? Is it the opposite or similar to kneeling someone? Make of that what you will. I think I have done. I've made of that all I can, Joodles. Just Googled it. It's artificial insemination technician. What were you Googling? You've set him off now. You do it to yourself. You do. And that's what really hurts. You do it to yourself. Just you. You and no one else. Am I ruining their songs? Leave that down there. I was in Essex yesterday. What? The man, Joey, up his... Hang on. I was in Essex yesterday. BBC Essex. Didn't do Clacton Air Show. Budget cuts. Listen, the presenters took coverage from another station. Good for them. Here's the deal. You want to know about budget cuts at BBC local stations? I'm sitting in my shed. I genuinely, it's Friday night, isn't it? I used to have an almost well-respected Friday night show on BBC Radio Kent, of which a podcast was made at the same time because I was good at technology, of which there were an absolute ton of listeners. It's still available on BBC Sounds. I don't know why, because that is like 5 years old material. We were getting bigger than I'm getting now, but they got rid of that. Technician Rubes, odd way to spell perv. Oh, that white coat ain't going to stay white for long, is it? I think you look lovely's here and says, I doubt Joey Essex can play any instruments as he can't tell the time, let alone keep it. Good, yeah. Imagine getting Joey Essex on the old... 1, 2, 3, 4. You what? Don't blind me with science. Love your singing voice, Steve, says Sebastian. Come on now. Always puts me in a good mood. And that's what really hurts. Back into some news. I'm enjoying myself too much, so we better move into this. The Daily Telegraph gives us the best pubs in every county. Wow, you've got a problem, haven't you? Tally-ho for the Urban Fox. There is a thing, isn't there? Like I was in favour of the ban on fox hunting, but back then, when I was working in Wiltshire, where they had foxes and fields and places where you could do, breakfast on their local radio station, I was in favour of it, but that's because foxes were just minding their own business out in the field. Now they are going through my bins. I'd be up for someone hunting it, not catching it, but moving it onto someone else's bin. I'd be up for that. Meanwhile, America's Falklands threat to Britain. Let's dive in. I don't want you to... Then we'll find out why this bird's fallen over on a tractor. But something plough. No, hang on. Boost defence spending or will withdraw support for sovereignty, says Pentagon. Can't we? We can take that one, can't we? We won that one before. No, we did have Prince Andrew back then. Being sent in. Dealing with a situation, no sweat. The proposal is among measures being drawn up by senior defence officials at the Pentagon as an incentive to hit NATO's 5%. We can't even do 3%. Who came up with the idea of 3%? The same guy who's saying we can't do 3%. Good, okay. Well, I don't really go there anyway. Should we see who this is? I hope I've not done a joke about a dead person. If so, that's before we find out, if that is a joke about someone who's died, a news story about someone who's died, that's a terrible picture. That's not even what you would have wanted. Here we go. Harriet Cowan on a tractor. No, that's, yeah. Whoever was in charge of naming the photos today, absolutely top work. No notes. Could have been tractor under Harriet Cowan, to be honest. In Derbyshire, the star of the latest series of Clarkson Farm says she receives 500 messages a day from men asking to marry her, as well as from young girls who want to be farmers like her. I don't think she's going to say yes to any of those. It's not even, you're better off sending emails pretending you've got money and you're a Nigerian prince. No one. Find me one story of some bloke who's been, busy inselling himself on the internet. Oh, I know. Will you marry me? And some woman's been like, yes, just at the time in my life when I'm getting success, money, career going this way, I'm going to marry this guy who can't really type. Meanwhile, Steve, I found your single from the 80s. I sent you an image. Okay. Oh, I don't know what's happening in which browser now. Studio. Oh, that is terrifying. Wow. Okay, let's download this. Ko-fi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen while I'm killing time. Unnamed.png. I better give it a flipping name then, hadn't I? Terrifying. There we are. Don't know. Now I don't know which flipping folder I've saved that in. Not that one. That's for sure. Did not think this through. Oh, for the love of... Studio. I should have had the keyboard plugged in today, shouldn't I? Look at that. In the original, are his eyes that red? Or did AI think he looks a bit like Phil Collins? How have I got less hair than Phil Collins? Oh, that hurts. Oh, right in the section 5. Right where it gets you. Oh, still good beard. And were his eyes as red, or did AI think I'm the one with the red eye problem? That's white as you like, isn't it? My liver is performing perfectly, I'll have you know. All right, that's terrifying. Okay, we'll just try and find... Well, just let me do a quick look for the chords for studio. How the hell do you spell that? Oh, no, it's studio. Because there is a chance I can boot up. I can. We could try it on the uke. It's not going to work, is it? C, D minor with a C, and a B flat with a C. You're so addicted to the C for. F over a C, then a C, then a D minor with a C. Could he play like one bass note? Get this man checked out. Is there a problem with his left hand? There's a girl been on my mind. I'm making it sound more beautiful than... There's a girl been on my mind all the time. Studio. Hugh's here. I just spotted that. We'll go back to that in a sec. Tractor minister. Are you lying on a tractor? What? Ooh, hang on. Tracy went there. I'm going back to see where Tracy went. Is she back? Hugh's here. Hugh Jarrett. At least it's not tabloid journalists going through your bins. I wish I had that level of fame these days. Hang on. There's a science mention as well. We've got to get earlier. I don't want to miss the science. It's scientific, Judes. Is that the only thing that's about science? I'm not thinking about the formulae, Rubes, says Jules. Oof. Adding the lay into formulae. No sweat. Thank you. What Prince Andrew said, yeah, we're all having a go at Prince Andrew. And you kind of can. There's no way he'd bother suing this show. It would make him look stupid. I'm an Extractor fan. Oh, squirrel. What a beautiful... I love it when you can just say the punchline to a joke and we all know that joke. It's not a lion, it's a giraffe. Alan says, first Carol Williams' Love Is You. 20 years ago on radio, Simon Ledman used to play it on The Late Show. he used to do on BBC London. Good memory of the song. Marry her to whom? Good question, Martin. Not to the tractor. Ruben says to Joodles, you have to store thaw and transport before depositing the semen. Oh, I see. Store thaw. Come on, put some commas in this. This is a eat, shoots and leave situation, isn't it? You have to store thaw. John Thaw. These days, you're not going to get much semen out of him. Talk about flogging a dead horse. Got turned around on that story. Sorry, I'm tickled me. I'm fancy there. You applied, haven't you, Rubes? Listen, just because your dream was to be entered in the Grand National does not mean you necessarily need to do it that way. Martin says, "Arr." I can never remember who's got the accent for that. I know that Proper Memes is from that down there, southwest. No, I'm just researching. Thankfully, I've retired. Put out to pasture. In that album cover, you look like the human version of Gollum. You're just setting me up for impressions.
It's because we're stupid. We wanted it.
The cover had a red hue. He's joined in the chat, hasn't he? Arriving late is confusing just listening to the alphabet being recited, but not getting past D. There's no amount of money that would stop him singing. Listen, if you want to go to kofi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen, pay me not to sing, I would celebrate it this way. Well, it's very 80s, leaving the same note in several chords. I think it's called a pedal note. Yeah, but... Well, I can't do it on here, obviously, because you're flipping top note up there is an octave where it should be. I say that as a guitarist. Finally, home, says Ems. I have sent Mitch McConnell proof of life of dog, Steve. Not sure it's convincing, though. And it's just so stupid. Oh, that's right up my street. Joodle says we heard about the plate-size antibiotics, Ems. Not for the dog, not for her. Come on. Just because she lives up there. And goats don't need technicians. There are too many volunteers. There was a bit that was taken out of the last plank of the week where, for some reason, Chloe Dobbs started chatting about the fact that farmers have now had to start putting metal jackets, full metal jackets, but not like that, on their goats to stop people having good goat time. I don't want to explain any more of that. Alan says, that reminds me, which bit? Not the bit with the goats. And so if you take a big mat with you, like a doormat or a bloke called Matt. Oh, I love a good pedal note. An old prog fan. Yeah. But the thing that puts me off is it's very much like the drone note on a bagpipe. And I don't want life to get any more like bagpipes. That reminds me. How did chucking out the bins went last night? Alan, thank you very much for that. So, during the show, previously, I got a reminder from the other half that it was my job to take the bins out every week. And Friday morning is bin morning. Bin night, thusly, you've worked that much out. And I hadn't done it. Because we forgot. Been away for a few days. And then I realised it's only the brown bin that gets collected ridiculously early. They don't do the rest of the recycling until normal times. And I don't give two flips whether the brown bin goes out. That's garden waste. I ain't going anywhere near it. So, didn't do it. You're up to date. Back into the front pages. Should you see what's down here? The more I think about this, we don't need other content other than front pages and your chats. And that would be not nightly, couldn't get away with it, but that would be a frequent nighttime show, wouldn't it? Especially with the kind of filth we get on here. The pedal notes. That's a typo away from something rude as well. Ems says, sure to the capacious nature. Even I forgot we made that joke about you. Spent all that time worrying about your dog. Those tablets would not challenge you, would they? Guards hired to protect public from migrants. which is good news for the sheep, the goats, I don't know. A reform-led council is to become the first to pay for town centre security guards to protect residents from asylum seekers. Peter Harris, not Cockney rhyming slang for something or whatever, leader of Essex County Council, said he was launching Operation Vanguard to pay for private security presence in Braintree, Colchester and Chelmsford. Hello. I hang out in some of those places every so often, where migrants housed on a former military base. Oh, I see. It's because that is private. So it's council money being spent on a private firm, which will inevitably make more people think they need to vote for the party that offers the protection. This is strategically, whether you think it's needed or not, politically, this is a good move, isn't it? In terms of optics and all of that. It then excuses why you'd have an extra precept thing on your council tax. Oh. The biggest weakness for reform when it comes to the councils they're in charge of is at some point they're going to say, why haven't you saved the money you promised? And if you could say, we had to pay for extra protection, you make that problem disappear, plus also the optics. Oh, I love these kind of political chess ones. Paltrow cancels party for Open AI boss. Imagine when she brings out a cake covered in those little candles and you'd be like, are they... I mean, how would you say to her without looking ungrateful? Oh, you shouldn't. Oh, birthday cake. Before I put my face near this, the candles, are they normal candles? No, they're birthday. Yeah, I know they're birthday ones. I can see that it's a cake, birthday cake. Because I don't want to smell burning. You carried the cake. Did you carry it too close to you? Or am I smelling the smell of burning Gwyneth Paltrow's foof? Too late. You've ruined the party then, haven't you? She's like, oh, can't believe you brought that up. You sold them. Make a wish. I just did make a wish. What was the wish? That they were normal candles. Gwyneth Paltrow has postponed. I got that just from the headline. No wonder we're here all night. Gwyneth Paltrow has postponed a dinner she planned to host in honor of Sam Altman, chief executive of OpenAI, after a backlash. The gathering for the artificial intelligence company boss was due to take place today at Ms. Paltrow's home in... Can't be bothered. The plans prompted criticism from Hollywood writers. Oh, because AI is replacing all the people. And they can't replace Gwyneth because I'll tell you, I use them all. I use the Grok. I use even DeepSeek, Gemini, Cloud, Copilot, and ChatGPT. And none of them smell like Gwyneth Paltrow's nether regions. Indeed, that is the main reason I use them. But the point stands. Imagine that's all she's really known for. The go-to punchline now, Gwyneth, is all... Previously, the go-to punchline about Gwyneth was having a kid called Apple. All right? But now, there she goes. Before we get into Gen Z, not like that, you dirty people. Squirrel says, Webby, God bless you, brother. I'm glad I read that one out. Where did we get to? Never mind the pedal note. A lot of 80s music deserved the pedal bin. I like it. Considering, says Squirrel, what the guy was playing around 1975-76, Drum God. Who? Oh, I feel sorry for the Billy Goats. Oh, yeah. Maybe they can't tell. You know, they've got tougher skin. They've got a good pelt. What did you do last night in Wales? I had a good go at it. I think you look lovely, Sister Martin. Me too, Genesis fan, especially when Phil was behind the kit. Small cat. They didn't let that story come out, did they? He can really bang a drum, can't he? I think we all know what I'm doing there. Almost nightly. At your age. Hi, everyone. Britt, what are you... 35 minutes in. You fashionably late person swanning in here like Madonna. Not really like Madonna. At least she'll stay upright more than she manages these days. Brit's here. Yep. Brit. My fellow mini egg lover. I tell you, when Easter comes around again, you will rue the day. you ever crossed this cream egg fan. What can I say? I'm just musical. Evening, inmates. Is there a ship? I used to live in Gravesend, and I had a flat almost by the river. Like, you could definitely see the river, and there was the river, the park, my flat. So Parkside, Riverside. I loved it. It was basically, you could smell the briny waters, the brackish waters. I really felt so happy there because it was tidal. It's right. It was as close as I was going to get to living by the sea. Apart from, I moved in June or July, and so I had a lovely summer. Oh, and then it was only when we got through to November that one foggy night, I'm sat there on a really large sofa. Oh, I made sure it was long enough for me to be able to sleep on. Good times. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I just heard... And I had no idea, and I searched the flat. I was like, what the flipping hell? Because it's very similar to the noise the aliens make in War of the Worlds. Good God. Half an hour until I realised just a boat going by, wasn't it? It's a shipping lane. Evening, you might have read that one. Sam, control Altman. Braintree. I've lost it. I clicked on it. It's gone. What happened? Braintree, says Brit, also has a not-so-secret nuclear bunker. It's on the road signs as well, isn't it? It's amazing. Imagine a place that puts a secret bunker on a road sign and then wonder why Joey Essex can't tell the time. Christo Foof has. Foof candles, yeah. Imagine if you light them and they're like, poof. You wouldn't want to know why, but did Joey Essex grow up in Braintree because he seems to lack one? What a tree. I've not really checked. Paltrow starts AI boss fight. Yeah, I don't know which side I go down on that one. AI will replace us all, but she churns out foof candles. I'll release a lot of things, says Charlotte. I'm never releasing foof candles. No, you keep them up there. Fandles, good point. But fandles could also, but you got to be careful with your portmanteaus. You don't know what the other half is. I thought a cockapoo was half cocktail, half... No. What did I think it was yesterday? A cockatoo. Do your own. There's a punchline you don't need the setup for. And a poodle. Queefs. Queefs of the Stone Age. Lost art of keeping a secret on the ukulele. I'm not going to rush that one. Pedal notes. I pluck pedal notes. I have plucked many pedals. First smut we had today. Her child, Isosceles, would disagree. M's? I don't get the reference. I understand the triangle. Two sides being the same. Vandals. That's your problem, isn't it? If you call them vandals, at some point you'll be in a difficult conversation where you're saying like, oh, this place is an absolute mess. What happened? Vandals came round. And now it stinks. Don't you be dissing my beloved prog rock now. No, we love a drone note. That's prog rock, yeah. You cannot handle that candle. I don't think I'd want to without gloves. Now we know why goats sound like kids being... Well, there. Ruben says, who's that young shaven guy who plays the drums in the clip? Gwyneth Paltrow's Nether Regions. That's her prog rock band. Oh, Joodles. Drainpree. Is that what I said? Given that I try and talk for a living, the fact that I can't, it's a risk, isn't it? It's a high-risk strategy. Steve, we drink the same non-alcoholic drink. Can't beat the Scottish spring water with a splash of Robinson's lemon barley water. But then you're getting unnecessary sugars. I have the S. Brought to you in association with Highland Spring. It's Scottish. with its well-known strapline.
You merely adopted the dog. I was born into it.
The planes in Clacton Air Show said it smelled as if they were flying over. The winds were blowing from the wind farm. The bum notes. There's an idea. There's another feature. Bum related again. Yep. I missed. The legally present vent in my double glazing makes that noise if I keep it closed in the windy weather. You can't handle the foof. You want the foof? You can't handle the foof. All right, hang on. Oh, Christ, we're still here. Gen Z workers are almost twice as likely to take a sickie compared with their colleagues aged over 55, which is, you have to admit, curious, given that, I don't know if you've hit 55 yet. I've not, but I can tell you what it's like on the way in. Things just start failing. Remember, I've gone on enough about my knee. That's not really a knee anymore. And other things. When I was in my 30s, I remember I twisted funny and that my back's not really a back. I can make a weird noise when I click my neck. Anyone want that? Of course you don't. Hear it? Ready? Yeah, that's not right. So all of that's falling off, and I'm not even in my 50s. So how is it that the Gen Zs are taking sickies, where you hit a certain stage in life, and if something breaks, it stays broken? None of this healing stuff you keep going, you Gen Zs gone about. Oh, I don't feel myself today. Well, I can't. My left arm's not had any tactile sensation for about 3 weeks. Why? I don't know. Just sat down and watched telly. Steve's patient history is so needy. Foo Fighters. Yep, now I want to play a Foo Fighters song. Back mice. Thank you, Ems. Don't forget, I got the back mice. And don't ever make that noise with your neck again. Neck ASMR. Gen Z is taking mental health days. Yeah. I'm fairly sure we had the same mental health conditions in my day, but what we did is not take sickies. You're up to date. Brit says, wonder what bum note occurs with that twisted candle thingamajiggy. God, was that a Gwyneth one? Was that Gwyneth's difficult second album? Bum candle. I'm trying to work out what version of that Two Ronnie sketch. Good evening. Come into the shop. How could I serve you today? You know, bum candles. Pardon. Candles for bums. I've never pulled a sickie, says Hugh. The occasional rough-looking bird in the early 90s, maybe. Oh, my days. Right. Up next. The Daily Express. Burnham vows to stay out of assisted dying. Then why do they put it next to that picture? No, that's bad placement, isn't it? Maybe they didn't have a choice. Maybe there's no other news out there. But Dolly offered to take experimental cancer drugs to help others. Wow. I saw on... how have I ended up being friends with someone who's gone off the rails in terms of the vaccine thing? Yeah, it's all going to kick off if I start talking about these. But no one does nuance. It seems we have now moved into a world where most people, due to some sort of centrifugal force, debate centrifuge has to either mean that you absolutely love all the vaccines or they're all somehow going to do you in. What a ridiculous two ends of a nonsense spectrum. So Dolly Parton funded a lot of the Moderna stuff. I gave money to the Moderna, and I saw some people who are not very in favor of the inoculations in general say, "About that's what killed her. The woman was 80. What do you... Your world has to be so full of confirmation bias, self-confirming beliefs. Can't believe it. Just a mere 6 years ago, she took a vaccine, and somehow she died at 80. Huh? Go figure that one. It was either that or the chemtrails. I heard bum and I'm here. Alex, like the bat signal going up. Not the note my bum makes. Gen Z, says Brit, haven't reached the you've had too much time off already talk by 50%. By 50s, you can't risk this. Yeah, that's true. Actually, I shouldn't even cross my legs that way now. Oh, my knee's hurting again. Scissor Sisters and Foo Fighters sound like a right dodgy Saturday night out. Fisto, says Joodles to Kerms. Now, for legal reasons, I'm going to pretend we're talking about the character from He-Man. Right on cue, Bumman. Andy Bumman. The Tracy says to Charlotte, in Essex, is that what you call it? She also funded Buffy. Yes. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? Of all the things Dolly Parton did, giving us Buffy, the Slayer of the Vampires, I believe it was called. Labour bounce is due to Burnham is likely by overcooked gammons. In Romford Town, now you're talking. Foofy the Vampire Layer. I mean, I'd tune in. Dolly left Miley 600 million or something. Damn. Centripetal force. Centripetal would be pushing towards the centre, isn't it? And centrifugal is going out towards the edges. But I'm willing to be correct on that. Back in the days when I did physics A-level, we never did this angular BS. Conservation of angular momentum. My Newtonian physics was all straight lines, baby, all straight vectors. So yeah, I'm willing to take a steward's inquiry on centripetal versus centrifugal. All my grandparents had childhood vaccines, and now they're all dead. I mean, with data like that. Next slide, please. If I get a mild cold, I'm not taking a vaccine. If I've got cancer, I'm taking the vaccine. That makes a lot. Well, actually, it's a bit late. I got a phone call. Who'd have thought that? If you've got cancer, I think it's too late for a vaccine. But that thing that they're talking about, that they are erroneously calling a vaccine, is not a vaccine. Do you mean the cancer treatment that's still based on mRNA stuff, but is treating it, and yet the newspapers insist on calling it a vaccine all the time? Dolly, sadly, no longer with us because she didn't pull enough sickies. Instead, says Britt, she was always doing that. 9 to 5, what a way to make a living, barely getting by. It's all taking and no giving. They just use your mind and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. Tumble out of bed and tumble to the kitchen, pour myself a cup of ambition and yawn and stretch and try to come to life. Jump in the shower and the blood starts pumping. Out on the street, the traffic starts jumping with folks like me on the job from 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living, barely. Yeah, it's gone out of tune, hasn't it? Fairly sure it's it, not me. I bet you regret that, Britt. Steve's doctor's calling. Oh, dear. Mild cold is just how I like my curry, Hugh. You're up to date. Korma. Something. Right, let's move on to... Turned out nice again, hasn't it? Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living, barely getting by. It's no taking and no giving. They just use your mind and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. Working upon doing a window. Nurse, Steve's out of bed again. Good point, well made. Korma, I hardly knew it. Thank you, Charlotte. I don't know why I'm off my game tonight. Should have spotted that one. Should have spotted that one. Just all right. Save that one for later. Right. Good evening. The Times: How I Became the King of Crime by Richard Osman. By doing crimes, I imagine. Tax fiddling or other fiddling? I don't know, but you're the one putting yourself on the front page of that. No one thought Hugh Edwards. Well, anyway. Generation wed, young, married with kids and very successful. Oh, imagine wanting to show off on the front page of the Times. You could just keep that to yourself, but no. PM warned over stupid tax rate on capital gains by people with a lot of capital that's gained? Just a guess. Andy Burnham has been warned by senior ally that increasing taxes on wealth in the budget would be stupid.
It's stupid.
Because it would encourage entrepreneurs to leave the country and damage economic growth. Yeah. I mean, that's what you do, though. Technically, you would have a capital gains tax increase with reasons to have your tax burden lowered if you are investing and being an entrepreneur and blah, blah, blah. So you, instead of people just sitting on wealth and the wealth grows, it would be tax efficient to invest in areas that would grow the economy. And I've just said a serious thing. Why am I saying serious things? I've just started off this paragraph with stupid, and now I'm genuinely giving you my heart. Sorry, I thought I was on a different show for a second there. And finally, weekend, Burnham bounced Labour leapfrogs Farage in polls after he loses voters to restore. The old schism in the right. Split down the right, which can also happen when you get to 55. Should we look at the poll? 27% Labour, 23% Ref, 18% Con, 11% Gurn, 10% Lib, and the rest. I think that's what it says, 5%. It's interesting. New evidence that the Prime Minister has cemented lead. This is the kind of stuff that you want to see, because this could mean a general election. How do I not have a general election jingle? We're going to need one. Toon plan Spurs smash and grub. Yeah, I was going to say the same. But poll suggests 56% want sickness support reduced. So are you telling me that 44% are on the sick? Probably. Farage loses 1 in 10 voters to restore. That's the mathematical problem that they're up against. And finally, the Mirror. King support for tragic police families. They're not going to get any jokes out of that. We've actually done the front pages. Sweet boobies. 53 minutes. And I need to do a refresh. The Guardian's come in. We never really bother trying to do the Financial Times. And I think we've got the rest of them. I think we've already done the rest. Right. Cue the wee not another one gif. Not another one? We'll have it. Those headlines under the poll are the most puzzling. Martin. Oh, Martin. Joodles, I'm guessing, I've not read the comment yet. I'm just guessing the intonation I should be putting it. We'll go higher up. Squirrel says, chicken tikka, I hardly knew her. Yes, regarding the rebellion of mRNA drug delivery as vaccines, complete misnomer. Yeah. It's the same delivery system to put some of that adenovirus into you so that your cell produces the little bit of protein that the body then reacts to. You train your immune system. If you do the same thing with these flipping casters. Good God. I'm being serious again. I do apologise. I prefer Richard Osman's older brother, Donny. Good point, well made. Ooh, says Charlotte. We've got from mini egg talk to fish and chip talk. Britt, you and I are cut from the same cloth. I remember the 9 to 5 film. You've done it. Hang on. Tumble out of bed and tumble to the kitchen. Pour myself a cup. Hang on. What's the second verse? They let you dream just to watch them shatter. It's a beautiful verse. They let you dream just to watch them shatter. You're just a step on the boss man's ladder, but you got dreams they'll never take away. You're in the same boat as a lot of your friends, waiting for the day your ship will come in and the tide's gonna turn and it's all gonna blow your way. Roll your way, is it? God, that's deep, isn't it? It's deep, that. It's quite deep for a film that's about tying up a bloke in bondage gear. Kermit, break your fall on a pilau. You're joking. Polls of polls doesn't show that, and 0.9 lead for Labour, not significantly different from Reform. Yeah, but it doesn't stop them. Oh, what's this? What about the Mansfield Echo? What about the Mansfield Echo? I'm not sure did everyone get the joke? Because I've just tickled my own fancy with that one. Because I'm from Mansfield, give or take. And I said the same thing that you said. No? Damn it. Thought that was going to be the best one of the show. Can we go back to the Spurs story? Good God, no. It's the latest tablet to be released, Rubes. Rubes says, what's the Mansfield Echo? By the way, got the tablet to stay on. Look, I don't know what the delay's like. We're waiting for it. Like and subscribe. Look, at least someone's watching. Steve, you've got to do up-to-date version of 9 to 5. Oh, what, for people on 0-hour contracts? Not working it. You're not working any hours. I can't believe I'm encouraging you to sing. What's happened to me? You're right. It's your own mistake. Steve, do a 6 to 7 version of 9 to 5. Oh, because the young people like 6-7. Yeah. Joodles, he's going to read the comments out of order again, and our exchange won't make any sense. Jason, Mansfield Echo, good point. Tumbleweed, I know, I thought I'd hit the pay dirt with that joke. I'm going to reflect on the Echo joke. Thank you, Hugh. Steve definitely needs his sound effect, camping bra, to do a Dolly tribute. Where's all the cat food gone? It's over there these days. You can't see it. It's just out of shot. Come on, tracking camera. Tracking mode on. Please, join me over here. Still can't see it. Well, that was worthwhile. No. Well, I'm glad we did that. It's an absolute full one. Absolute full one. Also, I've just ordered 120 rolls of toilet roll. You're up to date. What about the Chesterfield Reverb? What about the Hucknall Flange? That's the question we've all been asking, and I can tell you. But she might be watching. I saw Dolly Friends 2, to quote Dolly's song, Here You Come Again. Yeah. There's a parody version of that would be very inappropriate given the stories. We've done the hellos, we've done the front pages, bits from the webs, and I've written it down, what's happening on today's show. Because Joodle sent me this one. Thank you for this. This is an interesting update on weather news. We often talk about news. I don't do a lot of travel news, and I certainly don't go around to talking about the weather. Here's Steve with the weather. This is an update predicting 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and penis-size hail is possible. It might be possible where you live. Or, it hailed round here the other day. And if that's that size, ladies, you've come to the right place. Damn. You want to be careful though, because if it's, that is a freak weather condition, isn't it? You need your Amber Alert about that one. Imagine if you walk out and get smacked in the face by a penis-sized hail. You'd end up cockeyed. Taking it. Did you order toilet roll from the TikTok shop? No, I didn't. Hail Mary. Whew, bet she loves it. I've T-mooed me bog roll. This story made my ears prick up. It depends where you get hit by the weather, doesn't it? Working 12 till 1. How not to make a living. Yeah, you're right. It's just lunchtime, isn't it? Why would you order 120 toilet rolls? I'll read the rest of the question. Anyone would think there are going to be shortages in the shops. No. It's just simple pattern recognition. If there's one thing I know about me, know thyself is what I learned. Thine self is what I learned from The Matrix. And as sure as day becomes night, most days, if not all, and if I'm brutally honest, all, I'm going to use some toilet roll. I don't go a day without. I'm on flaxseed, so you could set your clock. No, I know what I'm into. I know what I like, and I like what I know. And I go to the toilet. Nobody needs popsicle hail. I don't know. Dolly loved her treasure hunts. She had a treasure chest. Hi, says Jew. We're the weather girls, and we've got news for you. It's raining Dodgers. Hallelujah. Covered in frozen... Well, there is that. Yep. I should have worn wellies today. The trainers were not sufficient to keep my feet dry, even getting to and from the car. Really, we had that yesterday. There was a bit of a downpour today, but I was in. But yesterday, because of the working pattern, I can't really do any work. My missus she went to work at 10 yesterday, and she's gone all day. So I was parenting, which is why I didn't do the show. But it did mean the one chance I got to get out there and try and do a run was 9 o'clock in the morning. And that one time the heavens opened was 9 o'clock. I squelched around there. Oof, trench foot. I think you lovely says, that's massive hail. Yeah, right. It's like when a recipe says knob of butter and you deliberately ruin the dish just to show off. What else is... Dolly Parton airs... Now, so CNN airs photo of Dolly Parton. We are dangerously close to me playing another song. But instead of it being a picture of Dolly Parton, it was a picture of a tribute act. Not me. Not doing my one, but on the audio podcast, downloadable from all good audio podcast downloading places, you could hear me say, well, it's not that bad, not that much of a mistake. I guess it's a compliment to the impersonator that they were picked. But I had read it in the newspaper where they hadn't shown me the story. I've got the picture here. Wow. I don't think I need to tell you which one's which, do I? Because Kelly Vaughn, who's a Dolly Parton impersonator, had her picture in a tribute to Dolly Parton in the newspapers. And it's a great week for her because there is a strong chance her picture will be used in a tribute to Tim Curry. Because she looks more horror show than Rocky, but yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know what she sounds like, but if she sounds anything like Optimus Prime, this woman's bagging the 3. She's got the triple this week. Trenchfoot, great band. Oh, there you go. Prog rock. Trenchfoot. Careful or you'll get scrotch rot. The Scottish rot. Oh, God. The Scotch.
You merely adopted the rot. I was born into it.
Disney's Frozen took an unexpected turn. Well, she totally let it go. I'm presuming that's how you said that. Could have been worse. Could have been Kenny Everett. It's close, isn't it? If Liberace had died this week as well, she would have been coining it in the money you get paid for these things. No lean more than squirrel you get. No lean, no lean, no lean, no lean. I'm begging of you, please don't eat that flan. Dolly's assets will cancel out impersonators. Maybe I've just have I taken not enough vitamins? I was looking at her face. Right. And finally, sewage dumped into rivers as rain overwhelms water systems. Sorry, this is not going to be funny. It's just me being annoyed that the people who run the water companies they're doing it again. We finally had some rain and they didn't leave a second before they go like, oh, it's raining. Let's put some poo in the water. Yay. Meanwhile, water suppliers on Iraq hacking alert. ASMR. National Cybersecurity Center issues warning after Tehran launches attacks on US infrastructure. Yeah, they're going to do it over here as well because they should be doing it over here. They're silly if they're not, because I'll tell you what's been happening over here. All of the money that the water people would have made, instead of it being spent on infrastructure, we know they've not done it on pipes. So there's no way they've done it on IT. they've been creaming off the top, which you shouldn't be able to do with water, but you can with our water. Isn't that the problem? You literally can. They've creamed off the top. They've taken the money. We are probably still running our water system on Windows XP. There is no way they've paid for the McAfee update. Iran wouldn't even struggle. They'd log in and be like, well, they'd log in and realize that's exactly what the water companies do. I think you'll find. Councils to scrub off low traffic neighbourhood markings compared to giant whatsits. Orange paintings were introduced by the Wirral Council as part of a trial one-way system. Why? Because they literally have one-way signs in the highway code. It's one of their signs. But instead, they did that. I'm not sure why. It's the modern way of doing traffic control, isn't it? Try and make it just annoying for drivers. They'll slow down if you make it barely drivable. That's literally the job. You know those passing ones, where instead of like a road working like a road, they suddenly mean that they plough you into oncoming traffic. And then if you do just absolutely, they'll somehow say, oh, we need to have more. We need to slow traffic down here more. Look at the accidents have gone up on this accident hotspot. The accident hotspot where you have to go into oncoming traffic. If you had a thing on a train where you had to stick your head out the window and all of a sudden more people were headbutting bridges, would you blame the trains or would you say it's your own stupid fault? We know the answer to that. Anyway, Grange Road had that dumbass look on it and now they've painted over it. You're up to date. And that's the story that I'd found for you. Oh, and there's this one as well. At least 6 people were hurt after a sign fell on revelers at a Christian festival. And look, it is worrying. So I feel bad about doing the joke. How many people at that Christian festival were praying, just send me a sign? And I bet they feel bad about that now. More on that story later. Let's have a look. The water is so thick an agnostic could walk on it. From Terry Pratchett. Nice. It won't be long, Kerms. Hang on, what's happened? Oh, crap, we're 8 minutes over. Dolly assets, well, I've read that one out. From, thank you, Martin. Eat that flan. Yes. Zoinks! She looks like one of them really bad waxworks from a seaside town. I love the fact that you exclaim like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. In Hugh, in payment to that, I will say, rot-row. No lean on me when you're not strong. Oh, that's easy to do on the keyboard. It's just up and down the keyboard. I'm not bothering to do that on the uke. You can't scrotch the rot. Scrotch the rot. Can't scrotch the rot. From southwest water to far east drought. You're up to date. The Wirral Council with Paul Weller. Monty Python isn't that funny anymore because it's just real life now. Good point, well made. Yellow Brick Road, not looking so silly now. I know what you mean, it is, but it's also looking equally as silly as the dumbass Wirral. Oh, this will slow down drivers. Yeah, it would. Did you see my blue ski? I did, actually, but I've lost where it is. Martin sent me a blue ski with that story, and I still loaded it in because Martin sends this saying it's a sign. But what I love about it is he followed it up with, I've sent a blue ski, which is the best blue ski I've ever received. It's kind of meta, and it's literally a sign telling me about this one. It's deep analysis, deep anal sis. Wasn't my real sis. Where do we get to? Flipping dippers, says Joodles. And presumably not. There you go. You're up to date. Hello. Front pages, bits from the webs. Sweeney video. What do you mean it's not smoothly put together, this show? Do, she's Sweeney. She's Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney is in the news because she's done an advert for her lingerie. And I don't care. But the video is the thing that we've got to watch. And it's 1:20 and we only need to watch a minute of it. Certainly, Squirrel won't get past the first minute. I guarantee you that much. You've just topped the chagrin. Thank you. Where do I get to? So, I'm going to show you the video. It is gratuitous, but it's not my fault. And I know what you're thinking. Steve, you've just been a dirty old man looking at pictures of videos of Sydney Sweeney now. What's wrong with you? And I say to you, shh. But then I still do it anyway. So, I believe we have. It's a strong start. It's a bold opening. Literally of the fridge. And so we'll watch the video. This is her selling. By the way, remember, she's trying to sell lingerie. And she stars in her own. She's hiring her own supply. So here we go. She opens the fridge. Still opening a fridge. This is perfectly normal, isn't it? Get your eggs out. How do you like your eggs in the morning? This is just, I don't know why people in this is just like the Morecambe and White sketch. Bring, boom, bing, boom, bing, bing, ding, ding. Ernie Wise did that, didn't he? Ho ho, get out of that. You can't see what I'm doing, but you get the joke. The ding, ding. Yeah, look, we all do that in the kitchen. I don't know about you. Sometimes I'm like, it's all very well putting these Pop-Tarts in, but I'm going to have to take my keks off. And she's making a cake. If I knew you were coming, I'd have made a cake. I have no comment on that, actually. That's how we all carry cakes, isn't it? Again, there's been a heat wave on. Who hasn't done a pot noodle in roughly the same way? And then she walks through. She's carrying. This is, by the way, she's selling lingerie, and yet I want a cake now. It's weird. Get your shoes off the table. That ain't right. No. I'm fair game, but that ain't right. Look, wait. Yeah. It's not like she's the only one who got a cake around here. You know what I mean? Hey, thank you for my cake. Bit like that. By the way, if you want a cake that looks like that says, what more do you want? You can get a t-shirt that literally says it by going to our merch store. By going to my merch store, as if I've got a team working on this show. And buying a t-shirt that says, what more do you want in cake form? Meanwhile, Sydney Sweeney, eat some cake. It's good to know she has carbs. She looks a bit upset about it. Nice balloons. But we're moving into the zone now where this is going to make a difference. You're thinking, why are we showing this, Steve? It's just for smut? No. This is proper breakthrough news, right? Yeah, blah, 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 balloons. We all have a balloon. Yeah, you pretend you're in the crystal maze. You're not all that. Right? It's an instant lock-in. Wait for it. Not this bit. No one cares about this bit. Ha, 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 ha! I have joked before about, she's wearing colours that are similar to Blue Roll. She must watch the show. Sydney Sweeney, why do you not comment? Actually, we know why you don't comment. Look what happens to Charlotte. But no, the blokes in this chat are feral. So I understand, Sydney, why you don't. But it's just nice to know that you watch the show. Sydney Sweeney is now officially wearing Blue Roll. Whew. I needed that. Blue Roll is catching. It is, isn't it? Let's do that there. The journey was so worth it. Flipping wearing the Blue Roll. I've literally not even watched the end of this video. I got to that bit and I was like, we're doing that on the show. Hang on. Steve should reboot Sweeney. Oh, it's in the Sweeney. Yeah. You're right. Unlike Sweeney, Dolly Parton passed away knowing her Bristols were real. No, they don't. Come on, they're real. Come on. She's got good genes. I heard it somewhere. Squirrel says, oh, yeah. Beer, bo. I imagine that was the full sentence he made. DD cupcakes. Let them eat cake. Floury buns in the kitchen happens to the rest of us. Exactly. Yeah. Nice baps. Or something like that. Blingery. I agree. Splosh splosh, says Squirrel. Blue Roll, I've read that one. The journey was so worth it. Oh, hell yeah. Hang on. No, I got the wrong dimensions. Blueski boards indeed, and I can't tell you how much that looks like my life today. Really? Good on you. You've gone red, Steve, mate. Have I? Are they natural? I'll never find out. They're definitely homegrown. If she's got good genes, she doesn't wear them that much. Speaking of blue roll, where'd I put it? Here, have that. Right. Man alive, we've not even done what's in the paper. This is why we need the afternoon show to do the papers and the late night show to do this guff. We've got some stories that we need to do inside the news, if you don't mind.
Let's get inside the news.
Charlotte saying, have you got a moist head? Not the first time I've said that today. I was just... Attack by Blue Mooner. A blue badge driver mooned at an able-bodied motorist because he had parked in a disabled bay. Shouted and kicked his van. Quite able then. I'm not... When Mr. Reeve, 47, drove away, Mr. McGrath followed in his SUV before bearing his buttocks at him in Runcorn. I just thought you were on a bit up to date with that. If you can successfully drive and moon at the same time, and I guess the way those machines are set up, maybe you can change the gears with your hands. But if you can moon and drive, you could do a job. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to fail someone's PIP assessment just on that. But if you can bear your buttocks and drive, you could work for every. Water bosses, we've already had a go at them. Here's a story of throw the book at him. A bungling bloke was caught on camera trying and failing 3 times to throw drugs over a prison wall. Topless Joshua Smith, 30, has been ridiculed over his pathetic attempts to chuck a black package into HMP Hull. And I think what we're saying, this is why women's prisons are safer, because of what they throw like. I think that's the hot take on that story. I think that's it. No wonder the women's estate's just better. What was this one? Can't remember what I'm sure I've wasted a joke there, but this one's interesting. Jail for Sausage Fest son. Hang on. Dad loses 50k in con. A man who stole £50,000 from his dad and frittered it away on sausage rolls and online porn has been jailed for 2 years. And what do you mean frittered away? Listen, 2 things can be true at the same time. I don't like the crime, but let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater here. You can still think someone is wrong. Someone could still go to prison for 2 years for stealing £50 and spending it wisely on sausage rolls and online porn. You don't have to be a pain about it. You don't have to be a about it. Oh, I like that. Ruben saying, throw the Ozempic at him. Blow dart. Oh, that's better. Proper meme says bum corn. Yep. Guff, how very dare you. Like Nigel Farage, she has unfortunate initials. Ems, bless you. What did Em say? Sweet. Jesus, I have to be up in 4 hours. I do apologise. Feel free. I will promise to do nothing of worth henceforth on the, or indeed have done thus far, but you're absolutely safe. I must have hired Charlie Gimmicks as my gardener after seeing the Sweeney clip. I interviewed her once and managed to not talk about that at all. Which is a breakthrough for me. Come on, you've met me now. All these news stories are making me go down the filth route. Okay, you can blame the news stories if you like. Don't pretend. I think we're all down the filth route. I think everyone who partakes in this show, me and Colin included. The strong arm of the law caught the weak-armed criminal, and I think Charlie Dimmock is the Timu Sydney Sweeney. Don't say that. Hides my blue badge before you lot say anything. Listen, Britt, I'm just saying if you could manage to moon whilst driving, there's work available. There's a lot of work available if you could do it. Hang on. Oh, no. Need to get the minor out, don't I? Doo-ba-doo-doo. What next? What do you think of it so far? And, oh, yes, no, we were going to include this one because it's the common theme. We talk about this a lot, about female prison officers and inmates getting it on. What is wrong with you women is our main theme of the show. But also maths. And tutor picks for lag, right? A prison maths tutor smuggled in snaps of herself to a lag and was found locked in a room with him. What maths lesson was she teaching? How bad was this guy's maths that he needed help counting to 2? Or 3? Or 4? Depends what you're counting, doesn't it? But still, we're talking basic maths. We're talking Joey Essex level of maths. And this guy couldn't manage to work it out without a visual aid. Education in this country's gone downhill. Was it in this country? Did not read that far. And something about seagulls. We've done it. Sorry, I should behave. My mother is in the chat. It's, if anything, that makes it... Oh, she's retracted the message. Were you giving her a telling off, Tracy? I'm going into lurk mode now. I'm heading out of here soon as well. Although I'm not, am I? I'll try and get it done by past. A couple of things to do before we fully head off. I don't know if you've watched this show recently, but I keep having a look at Temu and AliExpress.
Temu shopping with Steve and Alan. Join the fun, shop with everyone.
We are the Borg. Resistance is futile.
M says 2 lips. The... what kind of maths are you teaching? Tracy says to Charlotte, apple never falls far from the tree. That's true with you two, but also probably should have mentioned pears. But anyway. Steve, my mind has become a sewer since being on your show, says Alan. You led me astray, but you kept me in line too. Good point, well made. Meanwhile, these are some of the things. If you go to kofi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen and throw £1 in my general direction, it could be spent on some of these things. Remember, these are some of the things I could be buying on Temu with your hard-earned money. Recently, we've found that the algorithm thinks I'm into some real dodgepot stuff. We've had things that are clearly to be put where the sun doesn't shine.
Scotland.
But also the other place where the sun doesn't shine. Things that are called that, but aren't, and you wouldn't want to. But basically, there's a strong theme of whatever I get from Temu, it's going in one obvious place. Which makes me wonder why the algorithm has suggested that. What level of dodge pottery do they think I'm into if I need not just the goggles, but the outer face shield protection as well? I can't help thinking you turn up to a date like that with a full face shield. For the kitchen, you have to wipe down the work surface after, you absolute dirty get. Meanwhile, if you're worried about that, you're worried that wearing that you would look like a dodge pot, you could look like a dodge pot from, where's the thing gone? You could look like an absolute wrong'un from Daft Punk. Why not do both at the same time? Why not protect your face from splashback whilst looking like you're doing one of those songs from Daft Punk? One more time. Was that them? I meant not to get lucky. All this. Why not have 5 heating levels and 3 vibration modes for one thing that I'm fairly sure you can't use in a rude way, but would you want a massager that makes it look like you've been electronically tagged? What with the early prison release scheme, why not get 5 levels of ankle rub? Which seems like the thing you're trying to avoid, but also look like you're not allowed out after hours because of your conditional release. But then I'm trying to program the algorithm to not think I'm into the dodgiest of stuff because it's getting a bit weird when people look over my phone like that. For some reason, it wants to tell me this. An SDJK 1.2 ton mini excavator, customized, of course. I'm having some normal out the shop one. Euro 5 EPA crawler 1.2 ton mini digger excavator factory deal. It's only 966 quid. I don't think I'm buying a digger from Temu. But I'm certainly not buying the Smart Food French Fries vending machine, fully automated 24-hour unmanned hot food snack equipment, touchscreen for M. Only £6,000. I think I preferred the stuff I could cram up me wrong. And it's a one knee Ed Smith. There is no way that picture's not AI. You would not get that. It is an AI picture. It's got a TV screen thing on it. How do I zoom in like that? And that, and also this. Or would I like to buy this? A navy blue portable restroom trailer mobile toilet for construction site, concert festival, large outdoor event. Listen, if I'm doing a poo, and if I'm calling that poo a large outdoor event, I need some of that 120 rolls of bog roll I've ordered. So actually, I'm fine, thanks. It seems like a risk that you put the pivot point in between. You know what I mean? It feels like some modern version of It's a Knockout. Who's going to win, the boys or the girls? Which has the heavier ones? Because if by the end of the day it's like this, the boys have it. And I think that might be it. I think I might. Did I order any more? Oh no, we're back into Bluesky Dooski. I'm training it though, aren't I? Oh, by the way, do you want to know how much it costs? It's just £3,700 to take a poo. To literally take a poo with you afterwards. Let's have a look. Where do we get to? Translated Dua Lipa. Is that what you put? Tulips. Dua Lipa, I barely knew her. Face shield is a must. You must avoid the eyes. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? That could potentially save you from dodge pottery. Don't want the clay in your eyes. That's true. You don't want to. I can't think of anything rude to do with pottery. No, can't think. All the words to do with pottery aren't rude enough. Brit says you'd still need ear and finger condoms, though. This show has taught us a lot. Missed it by that much. You can get ear and finger condoms. What are people doing? It regularly translates PM, and I chat nonsense Spanish, and Votan doing Je t'aime lyrics, but I wasn't expecting that. Euro 5, dead good. Dear God, dead God. They've been on Euro 6 for salt. Have they? One big lens for the whole face. You look like a mad dragonfly. You're right. One more time. Whoever that was. Now, says Charlotte, I can relate to this. I need a massager on the ankle. On the ankles? Most of me's falling off and my ankles are absolutely fine. I had a conditional release. Proper memes. Charlotte says, you get the vending machine, but a tiny, tiny one that you can stuff up your chocolate pocket. Most things you can. It's only, like, what was it, $7,000 worth of vending machine? Clearly AI. Avoid the eyes. Tell that to Dolly Parton. The channel Johnny Vegas. This bit of the show is like the generation... Yo, Hugh, we should get that music. But clearly I'm not paying for any copyright. It's all AI. Just like that vending machine. Typo-tastic, Jesus. Well, we've come to the end of the show. Although, quick hit on this. No, quick hit. And Ko-fi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen. Hi, quick hit on this. Bear with me.
Here are the plugs where you can see Stephen Allen all this week.
Join me over here, where you can find out where I'll be performing. Yeah, it's not all that. That's the wrong piece of paper. But plugs. Tomorrow morning, 7, just with a little chit-chat down the line with Mark Dolan on Talk. Then 11 p.m, I didn't manage to get a gig, so I don't do anything all day until 11 p.m. Well, I look after the kids all day. When I'm chatting through the news, but without the ukulele. Yeah. Sunday, Free Speech Nation, 7 p.m. on GB News. We're near enough, I might as well mention Wednesday night, 11 p.m. And that's Friday nights on BBC One. And Substack.com, because on Sunday I'll release another column on there, at Mr. Stephen Allen. Yeah, you're up to date. You need it for balance. Look at that. That's what's happening. I'm Batman. I'm also Batman. No, that's it. That's the guitar pedal that I've not got working yet. And when it does, you'll rue the day I got rid of the ukulele. Like and subscribe. There it is. Like and subscribe. Almost daily, you say. I'm Batman as well. Oh, the shadow looks even more Batmanish than the actual thing. Oh, clearly I need to put that in front of the light. We're done. Saturday is better than Wednesday with that Nina. I don't know, Alex. There's a Facebook group that's for like people who heart GB News, and I got added to it and then got made an expert, which felt wrong, but I took it. And on there, people said that actually at 11 o'clock, Nina's absolutely fine and lovely. It's just in the show beforehand, there's a lot of arguing, and they think it's because of my presence. And I agree. I think I soothe the beast. I can bring peoples together. Rollin' with a Dolan, says Proper Memes. Also, Tracy says, Gollum, front... What's this? Gollum, front bum candles, and Sprodic burst on the uke. Couldn't have had a better Friday night. Evening, all.
It's because we wanted it.
Thanks, Steve and chat. It's been informative, funny, and challenging. What more could you want? Challenging? I have GBN banned the uke. Yes, they should do. Even I should. Add Tuesday. That's true. Yes, on Tuesday, I'll be doing an almost daily. Would you like to know when, whether it's a morning or an afternoon? I don't know yet. We can find out together. Get off me flipping screen. Sorry, turn it on. On Tuesday. Nighttime one, sorry. Looking after the lad all day. He does not even have echolocation. 4 nights in a row with Steve. With you, Xmas come early. Probably looking at that video of Sydney Sweeney. And so long. Nice to chat to you all. Good to see you. Good to see you, Hugh. Are you heading out of here as well? Alex Armstrong tonight, late edition. Yeah, I'll have some of that. Thank you for chatting, Steve. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Seb. I appreciate you. Always a pleasure to hear from you. What, even with a uke? Thank you. You too are Hugh. You're practicing your diction. Nighty-night, fellow oddballs. How do you know? I always make sure the camera doesn't point down there. That's an almost nightly then. You're right. We need a better branding. Steve, you smooth me and calm down my anxiety. Cheers. Alan, I should release like a tape. Imagine you could do like a going to bed with Steve and Alan tape. And now, close your eyes. ASMR. Charlotte, that's okay. We love the late night ones. At some point, we need to rethink. When the kid goes back to school, we're going to get more out of this. Good stuff. Off to see the new Andrew Clavin show now. I think we're up to date. Appreciate you, Steve Night. I appreciate you too. Thanks very much for coming. We're done. Off to bed. I'll be chatting on the radio in the morning. Ko-fi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen. Substack.com/@Mr. Stephen Allen. Subscribe on the YouTube. Click the like. Leave a comment. It's really helped. More people are seeing these things. Even I'm surprised. It's probably ever done a mindfulness tape. Oh, interesting question. I've got a mindfulness project on the way, which you might enjoy. Details on that still to come. What's the presenter's name, says Ruben. He used to give me the nightmares. Which one? Stephen Allen. Do you not know who I am? I mentioned it enough, don't I? It's rolling on the bottom of the screen. Stephen Allen, almost midnightly. Thank you for tonight, Steve. Have a winking good evening. The typos are tricky, aren't they? It often gets a mention in the chat. It might just be me. I'm not sure. Who's done what with the who, what, Kermit? No. Your call is important to us. This show gives me filthy mindfulness. And that's probably a good thing. Good night, Steve. Yeah, thank you. And, send an email, leave a comment, and I'll get into the comments at some point. I've left it too late to make clips, which is a shame. Interesting. Fingering is different, Kerms. Are we talking about the... I'm so practiced on the uke now, I'm probably going to suffer when I go back to the Strat. You do it to you. Thank you very much for watching. And Jesus Christ, man, I'm down to 3 hours. Ems, I thought you'd gone. Save yourself. Run for the hills. Great show. I rate 5 out of 5 for short. Just use the acronym. Foof. Thank you. And until next time, I'll leave you with this song. Well, bye.
Here comes the news with a twist and a grin. Stephen Allen diving in again.
Britain is in the grip of a vomiting epidemic. He'll hit your brain like a lightning spark.
Stephen Allen, almost daily. Laughs and facts, served out plainly. Yet those who win, it's never shady. Stephen Allen, almost daily.
Sydney, you used all the blue roll again.